Al comienzo de tu actividad, es bueno comenzar con dos cosas: los objetivos de aprendizaje del día y cómo esa lección se relaciona con la vida real.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first thing we're going to do is go over our learning goals for today. So our first learning goal, I should see everybody on the very top of the paper. And Juan, could you please read our first learning goal to us?
Algunos instructores comparten los objetivos de aprendizaje verbalmente con toda la clase.
I'll write on the board, okay, this is my objective for today, this is what we're going to be doing, and this is what you'll be able to do when we're done.
As we read the learning goals, it turns into a discussion. And so I use this time to discuss vocabulary that might be unfamiliar for students, to make connections between what we've already done, and also to really make those learning goals relevant for them. Our next learning goal, please, Daniel.
Identify the variables that affect the strength of gravity.
Very good. When we do science experiment, what is our variable? What is our variable? How do we describe that, Elia?
A variable is one thing that we change from a process.
Exactly. So it's our one thing that we're changing or one thing that we're testing. So in this experiment, in this sim today, you all are going to be changing different things, experimenting with changing different variables and seeing how that affects gravity.
Otros pueden incluir los objetivos de aprendizaje directamente en la hoja de trabajo.
We broke off into our little like lab groups, and each went to our own individual computers, and we had our own little workbook that told us kind of what to do, what to look for, what are the learning goals, and then we got to explore on our own and draw conclusions from that experience.
So sometimes it's useful before students jump right into the simulation to have sort of a hook, which would be something from the real world or something from past classes that would get students interested in the topic.
Right here I've got a projector. It's only allowing red light to pass through. This is one of our primary colors. Over here I can look at this green filter. So there's a separate projector that's added.
And then you can get into the simulation.
And I want you to play around with this. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to give yourself full red, give yourself full green, but get rid of the blue. And what color do you perceive? Yellow. Now try to make the color of your shirt.
When students don't see the connection between science and their everyday lives, it's not very motivating. Sometimes it leads to just memorizing the ideas instead of deeply engaging with them.
In the circuits simulation that I just recently used in class, the students started to have questions about, well, what is this thing that says it's a resistor, and what does that do? Why do we have that? And I didn't answer the question right away, but then started guiding some of the students to figure out, using the ammeter, what does the resistor do, and how does that work within your circuit? How does that change things in your circuit, specifically the flow of electrons? Getting the students focused around what these learning goals or learning objectives are. They can still point back to what those things are and know that they are progressing and learning something as they're going through the day.
It works, but it doesn't light up.